Today, from Los Angeles, California, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
First play from scrimmage. Stafford escaping the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
And him running the football is not something the defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to throw, Stafford. They'll roll him out right. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run. And obviously, ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Oh, what a move. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Tell me I didn't just see these first two possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do better? Maybe not better, huh? Worse? Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Flush to his right. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Up the middle, it's Williams. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second and 6. To throw is Stafford. Rolling to his right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Five yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Williams is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Rams use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Got outside of the tackle box, and sometimes that can be a recipe for disaster, but here it was not.
It's frustrating for guys on defense, too, because he got out to the left and then still delivered on the move with accuracy.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Well, the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got two. He's seeing a different color jersey. Accepted.
After the interception, incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Off the draw, here's Williams. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Bring up third and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford on third down. Sliding out of the pocket. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
To throw his car. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
So on 4th down, on is Lou Hedley to punt for New Orleans.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10.
L.A. readies for its next possession. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He's airing it out for Williams. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10.
At their own 11. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8.
Carr gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Carr now on 1st down.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Carr to throw.
There's Chris Olave.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. To throw, it's Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's third and a yard. Again, it's Carr. Quick throw there is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards up first and second down.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Stafford now to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
On first down at Stafford. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Cameron Jordan, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. The Rams got a nice throwback performance from their veteran quarterback, Matthew Stafford. His touchdown pass is the only score of the game thus far, as his guys hold a 7-0 lead to this point.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Touchdown, Saints. From 13 yards out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. It took them a little while, but they are on the board here in this 3rd quarter, and now with a chance to tie this up.
And it gives them a chance to exhale just a little bit, right? Because most of the time, if your first points come in the second half, you're often hopelessly out of the game, but not in this case. Now they have something to build on and a chance to mount a comeback.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure, and he's going to go down again. Cameron Jordan, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. Out timeout is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Now Carr.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Carr.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter.
LA set to take over again on offense.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Cameron Jordan, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. Flush to his right. Fighting him off. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints coming out now to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack.
Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Carr. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
He'll buy some time right, and he fends him off. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure. And
a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and this is picked up by the Saints. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him the opportunity.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Kamara, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. They run. It's Williams. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jamal Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Flushed out right. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. They'll roll him out. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Here's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Freeman is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Marr now to add the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them, because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. On 1st down, Carr. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
3rd down and 10.
To throw is Carr.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. So this one a victory here.